In today's video, we are going to be making a build for one of the greatest scorers of all time, which is Kobe Bryant. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys two versions of this build. One version that I made for myself, which I am vet 2, so I have lots of cap breakers, and a second version, which doesn't require as many cap breakers for the build to be made. We're also going to have some rec gameplay towards the back half of this video, but with all that out of the way, let's get started with today's video. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to start things off in the My Player Builder with this first Kobe Bryant build, which is the build that I made, the build that you guys are going to see in today's video. And then later on in this video, after I show the first build, I will be showing you guys a second version that takes way less cap breakers to make. Now, I am somebody who has hit vet 2 and I have 13 cap breakers, so this first build that I will show you will be taking full advantage of all 13 cap breakers that I currently have. But again, the second version will be for somebody who doesn't play the game as much, doesn't have as many cap breakers, but can still make a really solid build. So this build is going to be a shooting guard, height's going to be 6'6", weight 195 pounds with a 6'6" wingspan. This is a little bit different than a lot of the Kobe Bryant builds I've done recently, where the wingspan I'll normally go with just his normal wingspan, which is like 6'10", 6'11", but I wanted to try out the 99 mid-range on a 6'6", especially with a Kobe build. I feel like it'd help out a lot because a lot of his game is just the mid-range game, the post fades, the pull-up jumpers. So I wanted to try it out. We'll eventually do a video about the legend shooting badges that you get with that, but let's get into the build. So starting with the finishing, 84 close shot gets you paint prodigy on silver, only an 80 driving layup. Now please just let me land on this one. I understand Kobe Bryant, like the driving layup should probably be almost a 90, but I just could not afford that on this build. Making a Kobe Bryant build is literally one of the most impossible builds to make every single year, and that does not change this year. And there was another thing that I really wanted to focus on instead of having the super high driving layup, because I don't really like super high driving layup in this year's game. It's just, again, this is going to be a build for me. I didn't want to put driving layup. But that moves on to the next thing, which is driving dunk, which is something that I really like in this year's game. We went with an 88, and this is where I'm going to put my first set of cap breakers to get a 93 driving dunk, which gets us gold poster riser, which I think is really nice in this year's game. 40 standing dunk, and then an 87 post control to get post fade phenom on Hall of Fame, post up poet on gold. Now you probably can go up to 90 to get legend post fade phenom, but I decided that there was no point in me doing that because I was just gonna have it on Hall of Fame and +1 it anyways to legend. So I see no reason going all the way up to 90, but you can do that if you want. Now for the shooting, mid-range shot's gonna be a 94. We're using again another set of cap breakers to get that up to 99 to get all of the legend shooting badges that you can get with that, which include Deadeye, set shot specialist, shifty shooter, obviously no limitless range and no mini marksman because we don't meet the requirements for that. And then we're only gonna have a 73-point shot on this build. Now listen, I understand Kobe Bryant was somebody who would take very difficult shots out at the 3-point line and make them often, but his career 3-point percentage isn't really super high. And not only that, but a 73-point shot with legend shooting badges is going to be way better than just a traditional 73-pointer. Free throw is going to be an 87, just like having it high. Now, here's where we use our final 3 cap breakers in the playmaking. Our pass accuracy is going to be a 60. I understand Kobe was a good playmaker, but you think I'm passing the ball on a Kobe build? Let's be real, man. Next for the ball handle is an 85, which is where I'm using my final 3 cap breakers to put it up to an 88 to get all the Kobe SIGs. And we have an 86 speed with ball for gold lightning launch. And we were going to be also using the SGA dribble style on this build. And we'll probably max +1 lightning launch to Hall of Fame, which is really nice on a 6'6". Then moving down to the defense, 85 perimeter defense gets a silver on-ball menace, silver challenger, silver pick dodger, 73 steal for silver interceptor, 68 block for high flying denier on bronze. Had to have that on a Kobe build. And then down to the physicals, only an 85 speed. Wish I could go higher, but I just didn't have the space to make it happen. 82 agility to get all the badges that you need. I think it's shifty shooter on legend is what you need the 82 agility for. So we have that. 73 strength for silver strong handle, and then an 80 vert just to get all of the badges and whatnot that we would need with the high vertical. So this is the Kobe Bryant build that I will be playing on in today's video. And coming out of the My Player Builder, we actually don't get Kobe shades. We get shades of Jerry Stackhouse, Shady and Sharp, and Devin Booker. Sorry if I mispronounced that second name wrong. But I'm kind of starting to get to the point where I don't really care about player shades that much anymore, because once you apply the cap breakers, the build is just so different from what you get in the My Player Builder. So if I got shades of Kobe on this build, but then I apply the cap breakers, and realistically that probably would change the shades, but I just don't know. Like, that's not something I really care about at this point. But now let's move on to version 2, which is for the people who have way less cap breakers than me, which is totally fine if you don't have the cap breakers. I mean, 5 cap breakers makes builds way easier to make. So we're gonna be a 6'6" shooting guard, 192 in the weight, 6'11" wingspan, so a little bit more faithful to what his actual height, weight, and wingspan were. Maybe not the weight, but the wingspan and the height for sure. And we only go this low on the weight just to get the 86 speed with ball for the SGA dribble style and the gold lightning launch. But Now coming into the My Player Builder, a lot of things are similar. 84 close shot, 80 layup, 89 driving dunk. We're moving that up one tick because we're not going to use cap breakers on this, so we're just going to settle with the 89 driving dunk. Pro contact dunks, the off ones and the off twos with silver posterizer. Post control is going to be the same. We're going to have an 88 mid-range shot, which we're going to use all 5 of our cap breakers on to bump up to 93, so we can get set shot specialist, Hall of Fame, gold deadeye, and gold shifty shooter. And then we will have a 73-point shot just like the last build, but again, we'll have Hall of Fame set shot specialist, gold deadeye, gold shifty, so you'll be perfectly fine on this build. Playmaking is going to be different because again, I don't have the 3 cap breakers to put here to get the ball handle that I want afterwards, so we have the 88 by default. Interior defense is going to be a little bit higher, perim's going to be the same, steal's going to be a little bit lower, down to 67, block will be the same, and then the physicals will be the same for the most part as well. So this is the Kobe Bryant build if you only have 5 cap breakers, and if you have less than 5 cap breakers, it gets a little bit more tricky, but I mean, it's still feasible to do. You just gotta shift a couple attributes around here and there, or you make this build as is if you have no cap breakers and just grind your way up to, I believe it's starter 3 where you get the cap breakers at. So yeah, that's it for this build. Coming out of the My Player Builder, this one actually does get shades of Kobe Bryant and also gets Kelly Oubre and Jalen Green, which are kind of interesting. And then we're gonna get the build name two-way inside the Arc Creator. But now with all that out of the way, man, let's get to the gameplay, which again is going to be the first build that I showed in this video. Playing in the rec center on the Kobe Bryant build. Let's go. Okay, so I genuinely do not know what happened, but for some reason, all my audio from this gameplay was just terrible. It was crackling like crazy. But as you're going to see right here, we're going up against somebody who's got a lot of defense on their build, like 97 steal, crazy prim, crazy block. He's 6'8", so he's tall. He can play a lot of defense. That's on paper at least, because he realistically didn't get a stop at all right here. We're just gonna shoot a midi. We're kind of right next to him, but blinders kicks in, or deadeye, sorry. Deadeye's gonna kick in, and we're gonna get an open shot here. And we did score a lot in transition on this build, and he gave up a lot of transition points in the first half, and then second half, he realized I was just gonna leak a lot in transition, but look at the post work. Post hop, that's Kobe post hop, and that's a green. The audio issues, I had a lot more gameplay for this video. Look at the dime, look at the dime. I had a lot more gameplay for this video that I wanted to use, but the audio was just so bad that I just had to take it out. I already spent too long trying to work on this video too, so I just couldn't spend more time trying to get gameplay. So we ended up just putting out the video, and we're only just gonna have this one gameplay right here. Now, this doesn't mean that there won't be a part 2, and look at Kobe in transition getting the meter dunk, but there definitely will be a part 2 of this video once I get all the badges grinded out on this build. We'll come swing back, make another video on this build, but I just want to get this out so you guys can see the build, see how to make it and whatnot, and just to get a little bit of a preview of the gameplay, because again, it's super unfortunate that I wasn't able to use all the gameplay that I got because the audio was just really bad, and I didn't want to post-com everything. Like, if I post-commed like 15 minutes of gameplay, like, I felt like after a while it would have just been a little crazy. But I will say the build is pretty solid. I mean, you're gonna be able to score, you're gonna be able to play defense. The 93 driving dunk is super nice, especially in transition. Just fun. I mean, this is probably the Kobe build that I've made with the most attributes on it ever. I mean, unless if we're gonna take like 2K22 next gen's builder into consideration. Look at the block right there by Kobe. This is definitely one of the more OP Kobe builds that I've made, simply because of the amount of attributes that this build can get. But it's been a very fun build to play on, and I'm not sure if they have or if they haven't buffed the dunk beater, but I'm not gonna lie, I was getting a couple crazy contact dunks here and there, especially that one. They weren't expecting it because I was going for the middies the whole game, just shooting mids, and then we go for the poster last second. But we ended up having 22 points, pretty efficient game, had 3 steals and a block as well. Center held it down too. He had 26 boards, 12 assists, so he was pretty good. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. That's gonna be it for today's gameplay. I am sorry once again that I only have one gameplay, but my audio got messed up, and I didn't really want to have to do post commentary for the whole thing because I don't think you guys would have enjoyed that. But that's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys want to see more content like this, make sure to like and subscribe for more, and I'm out.